Not gonna lie when I say this, it's been a while since we've done a build tutorial, but guys, I've got one for you today. This awesome, insanely cool looking windmill, and more of a flour mill than that, but I'll explain that later on in the video towards the end. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because it really does help me out. Makes it a lot more able for me to do these types of videos for you guys and keep posting them more consistently and everything. But for those of you who are new, this is UMaxer23. I usually do building tutorials and that sort of thing, and today we've got one that is just so full of passion and energy. I absolutely love how this turned out, and you guys will be able to see in just a second, the swivel, how it turned out as well. I don't know, it's just so rustic and so cool looking, and I never thought I would be using acacia wood, but I did, and it turned out great. And for the building materials, I will list those in just one second, but I want to say just thank you guys again for all the support, because you guys have been commenting a lot, and that's always means a lot to me as well. But with that said, too much talking, let's get into the build materials and kind of start this build. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Okay, so the very first thing we want to go ahead and do is establish a grid, which this grid is going to be 21 wide this way by 20 thick that way. It's almost square, and the only reason we have it actually not perfectly square is because the windmill part, ooh, and there's some random blocks up there, but the windmill part actually does go a little bit over. So for the materials, we're going to get stripped dark oak log, acacia log, polished basalt, and dark oak planks as well. Now if we go from this corner, and you don't need the grid, but it does help out, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with the grid, then we're going to go 1, 2, and place a stripped dark oak log. We're going to make this post 4 tall, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the time being, we're not actually going to texture everything up with the polished basalt. We're just going to get the acacia log out, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to skip one block because that's where our door is going to be. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place another stripped dark oak log and go 1, 2, 3, 4 up like so. Now we'll go ahead and we'll make this next part. It's going to be 13 long. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We're going to strip dark oak log. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Then we'll go for this one. There's going to be another doorway over here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the strip dark oak log going up 4. And then we will have the acacia log just go all the way across like so until you reach the other side. Now what we're going to do is on each and every single one of these walls, we will actually raise these all up 2 blocks tall. And I'm not going to do this for each and every single wall just yet because I do want to make this tutorial rather quickly, and you guys don't want to see me just placing down blocks over and over and over again. What we're going to do for the front and back is right here, there's going to be a doorway, so I'll just break the 2 blocks right there where there's a doorway. And we'll actually go ahead and show these 2 walls because these 2 walls are a little bit more complex, so I'll build this up as quickly as I can. There we go. So now that we got these 2 doorways, this will be the front entrance right here. So on the front entrance, if we go 1 block away from the acacia, we're going to break 2 blocks right there. That's going to be where one window goes, and on the other side, we're just going to have it reflected. So over here, we'll go 1 block, and there should be a window right there, and they should be just reflected on either side like so. For these walls, in the middle, we'll just actually go ahead and fill all those in and then just texture them up. And the way you want to texture is using polished basalt. So the polished basalt will actually just throw in every once in a while, kind of randomly. It's not too hard to texture this up. It's pretty easy. Just use your own discretion. And this is polished basalt too. Did I say just regular basalt? It's polished. But yeah, you basically just chuck it in every once in a while, and it gives us this very, very rustic look. You do want the textures to be typically going up because going up looks a little bit nicer than sideways. But as you can see, we textured up the wall, and that's looking very rustic, which is good. The next thing we want to do is we'll get dark oak planks, and we'll just go all the way across like so. And we'll actually just do this on every single wall. We'll fill this all in with dark oak planks, and then the middle top right here on this row, we'll fill this entire huge square up with dark oak planks at a level plane. So fill that all in, build up the walls and texture them as well, and I'll show you guys what it should look like once you fill in the walls and do all of that. With the whole thing textured up and done, this is what it should look like. Just kind of a sad little rustic box. That's kind of what you should have right there. Now we're gonna go get our materials for the next part, which is gonna be dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, dark oak fence, spruce fence gate, cobblestone wall, and spruce door as well. Obviously the spruce doors, we'll just go ahead and get rid of those real quick. You just want to put them in the door spots because that's where the doors go. Now that we got that done though, the very first thing we're going to want to go ahead and do is get some dark oak slabs, and on the top half slab of the 4th block, we're going to just go all the way across like so. And on the corners, we'll actually extend 1 out each and make those full blocks. So we'll go 1 out and make that a full block right there. You'll do this around the whole house, which I probably won't actually do around the whole house just because time's sake, but basically you just want to keep doing that around the entire house. And now we'll get our dark oak stairs out. And what we're going to do for the dark oak stairs is we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll break 2 blocks. So 2 right there, you can see there's 3 slabs. And we'll replace those with upside down dark oak stairs, and we'll do that on both sides. So that's 1, 2, 3. We'll break 2 blocks and replace those with upside down dark oak stairs. And we'll do the same thing over here just because I've done this line as well. 1, 2, 3, break 2, replace. And then one more time over here. 1, 2, 3, break, break, replace, replace. There we go. Now that we got that, the doorways are a little bit special because you do want to build a special door frame for them, which is just basically cobblestone walls, followed by dark oak fence, followed by dark oak slabs, with a top one in the middle so that you get this nice looking little hat. Now in each of the corners you will want some support beams, so we'll basically just place cobblestone wall and 2 dark oak fence. And we'll do cobblestone wall and 2 dark oak fence as well. That's kind of what you should be having, and you'll do this around the whole house. Obviously you'll replicate the little doorway on the other side, and for these ones, since they don't have doorways, they'll just have the slab kind of right there. And now what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm just going to wrap around the whole house so I can show you what to do on the top layer with the spruce materials as well. So I'm just going to wrap this around real quick. So now we should have this square, and you can tell it's a perfect square because we got the stripped dark oak logs and 1 block diagonally in the corners. What we want to go ahead and do though, I stumbled a little bit there with my words. We're going to place 2 spruce fence and then a spruce fence gate. We'll do 2 fence and then a gate, 2 fence, then a gate. And you'll basically just keep doing this around the entire house just to add a little bit of variation to the fence that wraps around. So it's always just 2 fence and then a gate, 2 fence and then a gate, 2 fence and then a gate. And it's super easy, a little bit tedious, a little bit grindy, but it does make the rim around the house look very nice. So go ahead and do the trim work along with the fence on top, and we'll move on to the next part. With the foundation of the windmill in place, now that we got this little box building, we're gonna go ahead and get the materials: blackstone, acacia log, polished basalt, dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, and dark oak trapdoors. And I might be clarifying on this again, I don't know if I already have, but make sure you're using polished basalt. I don't know if I've already clarified that, but for some reason my mind's playing tricks on me right now. So now that we got that, if you're doing this in survival, it would probably be nice to have a way to actually get on top of this, because you do want to walk on top of this quite often. So what we're going to do is we'll build a little bit of a stairway, and you want to align it with the second stair right here. So this is first, second stair right there. You'll just go ahead and align it right here on that spot. And from there, you'll just go ahead and do upside down stairs and right side upstairs until you kind of get to the height of the actual patio of this windmill. So we'll just keep going up until we get to right about there. Now that we're at this height, we'll get our dark oak slabs, and we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, I guess 3 times until you have this 2x3 platform. From there, we'll go ahead and we will break a couple of the blocks right there and there, just the fence gate and the spruce fence. And now we'll use the trapdoors on the side to kind of act like a railing so that it doesn't feel like you're going to fall off the staircase, which this part can be a little bit annoying. But basically, you just want to place some temporary trapdoors right there so you can wrap around like so, and then place these ones on the outside so they can wrap up like a railing. Then we'll do one inside, one right there, so that feels like a complete stairway. And then on this side, of course, too, you also want to add the trapdoors just so that, again, you don't feel like you're about to fall off. And we'll stick one right there. And you don't really need a trapdoor right there. That should be fine. Now that you have this, though, you will be able to actually walk up onto your deck, and you got a little bit of a stairway leading up to it, which is perfect. Now that's it for those materials right there. What we'll do next is we will get our blackstone out, and we're going to go from the center of the build right there, which you can tell is right here because of the fence gate. We're going to go 1 block in, and then we're going to place a blackstone, and we're going to go 1, and we're going to go 2 on each side. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So that should be 5 big. Then we'll just kind of create a circle. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 diagonally. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 diagonally. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Then we'll go 3 diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more time 3 diagonally like so. This is the base of the windmill. So now that we got that, we're going to get our acacia log, and we will go up pretty high. We're actually going to go up 16 blocks tall. So for the time being, I'm just going to make a temporary one right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And now that we got that, I will say, once you have the base height, you do want to texture this, and if you're doing this in survival, texturing can be a little bit tricky. My way of recommending that is you have the polished basalt and the acacia logs, and just every once in a while, just switch. Just switch from the acacia log to the basalt, sometimes a little bit more random. You just go up randomly until you get to the top, and if you just keep doing that, here, I'll do it again real quick. It's actually kind of fun. If you just keep doing that around the entire perimeter, every once in a while, and just doing it kind of randomly, you'll have the whole thing textured up, and it'll be a lot easier to do than making scaffolding and having to worry about that. As you can see, it's texturing up the build, and if you want to modify it afterwards, you can, but that's what I would recommend doing that. Make sure it's 16 blocks tall, and do that on every single block, inner block of these black stone blocks. Wrap that around the whole thing and make a 16 block tower, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so now that we got this whole thing textured up and looking very nice, you can see that we have just made it 16 blocks tall all the way around. It looks perfect. We're gonna get our materials and move on to the next part. So we're gonna get blackstone stairs, blackstone wall, dark oak stairs, dark oak slab, dark oak sign, dark oak fence, spruce fence, cobblestone wall. If you guys need to rewatch that, because I did say that very quickly, feel free to. So one detail, oh wait, I think I might have added this. If I didn't add this, or if I did, I don't remember. But basically you're supposed to have a cobblestone wall with 2 of the dark oak fence, and I'll just throw that stuff away real quick. And then you want the slab right there, so it looks like the stairway is supported. It looks like I might have already done that and just been unaware, but yeah, you do want the staircase to look supported. So now that we got that done, let's go ahead and move on to this next part, which is decorating the tower. So if we get our blackstone stairs, we're gonna go on this blackstone block, and then we're gonna go 1 right here. So this is 1 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. We're gonna place an upright stair like so, and we're going to wrap it all the way around, which for the sake of this video, because everyone knows that placing down stairs can be a load of pain, I'm just going to have it wrap around to that point right there on either side. That way you get the illusion that the stairway kind of goes all the way around, but at the same time I don't have to actually wrap it all the way around while you guys are watching bored out of your minds as I try to finish with the stairs. So now that we got that, if we go from here, we should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there should be 7 blocks, and then on the 8th block we put upside down stairs, once again wrapping around. And this time I'm also going to create the illusion that it wraps all the way around, but I'm not actually going to do it. I'll do that off camera so you guys don't have to see me placing down the stairs. And that is purposeful too. We should have 6 blocks in the first one, and then 7 blocks in the second wall. You guys will see why in just a bit, but that just something to note, I guess. Take of note. So now that we got that, it should be 6 walls right there, 7 walls right there, 7 blocks tall, and we're gonna go ahead and put in the windows, which the window for this one, if we go 1 block down, we're gonna write 1, 2, 3 blocks. You should have 2 and 1. On here, it should be smack in the center, so we'll actually go 2 blocks down, 1, 2, 3, and then there should be 2 blocks right there. You will do this, and I'm just gonna say this real quick too, it's symmetrical on every single side of the wall, so make sure to do this on every single side of the wall. From there, we'll go ahead and build the supports on the walls to make it actually look like it's supporting. So in this middle center block right here in the diagonals, we'll place 1 blackstone block, then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 walls, we'll place another blackstone block, and we'll actually replace this right here with blackstone. And I'm gonna fix the stair real quick. Then we'll place another blackstone, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the walls. We'll place 1 blackstone, replace this with a blackstone, and again, I'm gonna fix the stair because it does curve a little inwards and we don't want that. Now that we got that, we'll do this on the exact same side. So we'll place 1 block, then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 walls with 1 block, replace the stair with a block. You don't really need to replace the stair too. I just do that because I think it looks nicer. Then we'll do another block, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the wall, place a block, replace that with a block, and then make that stairs as well. And again, you will do this on every single side of the build, so make sure to add in these structural supports. I already did half of it though, because there's only 2 more sides you can do. Now that we got that, we'll go ahead and we will finish up the windows, which it looks like I accidentally got rid of my dark oak slab. Okay, so for the windows design, the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna have an upside down dark oak stair and an upright dark oak stair like that and that. Then we're gonna have the dark oak slabs matching the bottom half of the stair, so kind of like that and like that, so that we get this nice window rim looking thing going on. Then we will get our spruce fence, and we'll go 1, 2, 3 right there. 1, 2, 3 on either side to get kind of shingles looking almost thing. And then we'll put dark oak signs on each of the slabs actually, which you don't want to write anything on the dark oak signs just because that would be kind of weird. But you get this really nice, I don't know what it is, but it's a cool looking styled window. I kind of like the way it turns out. And the coolest part about this too is if you ever want to add like any plants right where the sign is, you can totally do that, or just a pressure plate or something like that just to decorate it a bit more. Now we'll go ahead and do the window again, and I'll do it a little bit slower this time just so you, or just repeat it so you guys can see what I'm doing. We'll do the dark oak stair with the slabs, dark oak stair with the slabs right there and there. Then we have the spruce fence filling up the middle. Then we got the signs on each of the corners like so until we can finish it. And that's what it should look like. Yeah, that's how the walls should look like. It looks very cool, very rustic, and go ahead and do that on every single corner of the build. All these walls, decorate them with the windows and whatnot. And you know what? We'll just add this in too while we're at it. We'll get the black stained glass pane. I usually do this at the very end, but you can just go ahead and add in some black stained glass pane like there, and there. And we'll actually do these windows too down here. Oh, it looks like I already did them. So we'll do those windows as well, and then we'll move on to the next part. With all the windows now in place and all the posts on all the sides completely done, we'll go ahead and go into our nifty chest over here, and we're gonna get polished basalt, acacia log, black stone, dark oak stairs, and dark oak trapdoor as well. And before we move on to the roof and start building that, I think we're just going to get our dark oak trapdoors. This is one detail I forgot. Just place a bunch of dark oak trapdoors all over these lower black stone blocks, just to add a tiny bit more decorational details. And I guess it does spawn proof it too, which is actually kind of nice. So go ahead and place all the trapdoors like so, wrapping around. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go up onto this top layer, and the first thing we're going to want to go ahead and do, which I will probably just clip and cut because you guys already know how to do this, is on the outer rim. We're just going to go ahead and build basically the whole thing up with some acacia, 2 blocks tall, going around the whole thing on this outer edge. So yeah, just wrap around the whole thing, texture it up with the basalt and the acacia until it's all done. So I'll just go ahead and cut that out. With the 2 blocks done and everything, just wrapping around with the textured polished basalt and the acacia wood, we're going to get our black stone, which I just want to say real quick too, one thing I never thought I would be doing was building with acacia wood, but man does it look cool, making this thing look rustic and everything. That's something I'm just so happy with this build, is the rustic look. It looks absolutely amazing. But with that out of the way, let's get our polish or just a regular black stone out and begin creating a trim going around the entirety of this house. So we're just going to keep wrapping around doing these diagonal blocks, which diagonal blocks are the worst blocks to place. Tell me if I'm wrong, but diagonal stairs is literally one of the most painful things to place in Minecraft. I don't know what other blocks can be more painful than that. Unless you are trying to break, buttons and that sort of thing. Breaking buttons can get a little tedious too, pretty fast as well. But now that we've got this wrapped around this trim, basically what we're going to do, and again, I will skip this too, is just every single layer, we'll lose a couple blocks in the diagonals, and we'll just keep wrapping around up and up and up until I think it's 4 blocks tall. So we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and once you get onto this 4th layer, you'll basically fill that in. So once again, just to not waste your guys' time and my own, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera and then cut it. With the roof plopped on, and it was 4 blocks tall, so we did get that right, I'm gonna add a couple materials real quick. What we're gonna want to get is black stone, where is it? Black stone wall, and we're also gonna want to get dark oak fence as well, just to add one more detail. So in the very middle, if you find the center, which should be, yeah, that looks about right. We'll place 1 block of blackstone. We'll get 2 blackstone walls, and then we'll get 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the dark oak fence going up like that. And now we're gonna add some more detail to the roof, which this detail might kill you guys if you're doing this in survival. Like, it might actually literally kill you, but it is crucial and it looks very nice. So just kind of bear with me, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get dark oak slabs, and we're gonna kind of wrap around, not in this middle block right here, but every other block we're just gonna kind of wrap around with the dark oak trapdoor up underneath. Again, just not in the middle blocks, because you'll see why in a few moments. But yeah, you'll do this, and again, it will be super hard in survival. You might have to build a lot of scaffolding up to do it, but it does kind of complete the roof, and without it, it looks weird. So now that we got that, we'll get our dark oak trapdoors. Actually, let's start with our dark oak stairs. We're going to place 4 dark oak stairs going around the roof like so. Then we'll have some dark oak trapdoors wrapping around from each and every single one. Very symmetrical, but very nice looking as well. Then we'll get our dark oak stairs, and from each one we'll go down 3 stairs. So that's 1, 2, 3. And we'll just keep doing this, which this looks so nice. I don't know why I added this finishing detail, but it really just touched the build and made it look really nice. From there, we'll get our dark oak trapdoors, and we'll place them on the corners of each of these guys. So corner there, middle corner. I guess not corner, but middle there. And then we'll just have dark oak stair go down with a dark oak trapdoor as well, like so, to kind of finish it off. So we'll just do that with the stairs, like so. We got the stair right here. To mob proof the roof too, I will say this just in advance, you guys might want to use a little bit of string around the base, or just some sort of like lighting source, just to get your thing mob proofed. But yeah, that is that roof 100% complete. And I think the last thing we have to do, well, not 100%, because we will do texturing a little bit later on. The last thing I think we have to do is build the actual windmill of the windmill. So let's go ahead and move on to that. Before we start this next part, which is the windmill part, I do want to say, I just saw a spider, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge arachnophobe. I don't know why, but they scared the heck out of me. So if I start freaking out, because he disappeared into a crack, I tried to kill him, which just absolutely made me want to throw up too. But if he comes out, I might start screaming and run away from the tutorial. Oh my gosh. But with that said, yeah, let's continue on with the tutorial. Okay, if we go in the chest, next materials we're gonna get is white wool, dark oak slab, dark oak trapdoor, and dark oak fence. And we're actually gonna build kind of the windmill part of this, the part that actually collects the wind. What we want to do first is we're gonna break that dark oak stair right there. I think, yeah, we're gonna replace this dark oak trapdoor actually with a stair too. So get a stair out as well, just one stair. And from there, we're going to kind of treat this, fill it up with 2 of the white wool blocks. From there, we can go ahead and replace some trapdoors like so until we just get this going around. Yeah, this part is a little bit on the more confusing side, but basically you want to replace those few trapdoors like that as well. Now that we got that though, you can see that it goes 2 out on this block right here, the second block up. We're going to place 1 more trapdoor right there. That's what it should be looking like. Yes, that looks good. From there, we're going to go ahead, you can use dark oak planks if you would like, or just dark oak slabs, but basically we're going to make a little bit of a cross in this middle part right here. I'm just using slabs because I have slabs in my inventory and it makes it easier. From there, we'll get some white wool and place 1 white wool here, here, and here, and then we'll do the same thing just mirrored on the other side as well. And last but not least, we'll get some dark oak fence and we'll place some here, 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 and here. Now comes for the tricky part. I think what I'll do is I'll do 1/2 of the windmill and then you guys can do the other half by yourself, because it does get a little tricky, but it's not too hard as well. So basically, now that we got this whole windmill kind of started, we'll place 2 white wool blocks on the top and left side of the fence, and then we'll place another fence, and we'll just keep doing that basically on repeat, just over and over and over again. So fence, then we get the white wool, fence, white wool, and you just keep doing this up and up and up until I think it's like 8 fence posts that you have. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will do 1 more, and then we should be pretty much good on the height and width of this thing. So now that we got that, you can see we've got kind of a wing going up, but it doesn't look well. It doesn't look proper, I guess you could say, because we don't have the dark oak slabs. And basically for the dark oak slabs, we'll just add them on every single one of these blocks until we get down to the middle right there, and then we stop. And we'll do the same thing right on over here. So we'll place dark oak slabs there, and just keep going up until we have this nice wood coating going around the wing. Yeah, that looks good, except for this part. You don't want that right there. You don't want that because, actually, you know what? I think that might look better than what I had originally, because what I had originally was just some trap doors going up like this. But I might have liked the other bit a bit more. Let me see real quick what it looks like. Just again, sorry about this. I usually don't build on the fly. I usually have these things planned out, but that actually doesn't look too bad. No, we're just going to stick with the original. We're going to stick with the original. If I change it, I will change it. I'll mess with that in my free time, but for the time being, we're just going to go strictly according to the tutorial. Now that we got that, we will go ahead and do the bottom one as well. And it's basically the same thing again, except there is just one little bit of a difference. Like right here, we'll fill this up with the dark oak plank, make that full. So we'll do the fence. That's 2 fence. And then that is 3. And if you're doing this in survival too, this is a lot more nightmarish than doing the trapdoors I talked about earlier, because this, you have to have a lot of scaffolding and a lot of patience to do it. If you're doing it in creative, it's a lot easier, but you know, placing these types of blocks is never much fun. I don't know if that, I think that's 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So now that we got that, we'll put it on the dark oak slabs as well to kind of make it look like this thing is supported by actual wood. Just go all the way down and across, boom, 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 boom. And then we get the trap doors, and we'll have it starting like that until we reach the top right here. So it should go something like that. Nice. So that is basically how the windmill should look, and then you'll replicate it on the second half. And now I'm going to debate on whether or not I want to change these trapdoors out, which I think will keep them, but basically just replicate this whole thing on the other side. And with the windmill part attached and the tower complete, it looks just absolutely flawless and just amazing. And well, not flawless, but it just looks really cool. I like how this turned out. I really enjoyed building this, and I really hope you guys enjoy this too. I will show real quick just some of the few details, the few decorational details that I added too, but after that, this video will be about set. And if you guys do click off, just let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys whether or not you might want to see another build related to this, like maybe a cottage that could go along with it, so that you guys could have a couple of buildings that are built in this style instead of just one out of place windmill. So comment down below if you want to see more builds along this style. But with that said, let's move on to the more minor details that I added around this build. So one thing I did like to do was add some lanterns. You can see that all across using some chains and lanterns. I do hang it occasionally from the, I guess you could say, trims that go around this build. Another thing is in each of the corners, I did put one fence post with one of the lanterns on top. I think I might have changed that, I don't know, for a wall, because I think that might have actually looked a little bit nicer. No, I do not like that. Never mind. Scratch that idea. That was just me thinking on the fly, which is always dangerous. But yeah, so I did put some lanterns on the fence post going around. One thing I did incorporate also was brown carpet. I just wanted this to look a little bit messier and to also cover up these dark oak logs. So I did add some carpet around, and I guess it does add a bit of spawn proofing as well, making it a little bit nicer of an area, more protected. Another thing I did add is every once in a while I would have these diagonal dark oak buttons. It was just occasional and kind of random. You can see I placed it right there or right there. Just on each and every one of the corners, I placed them in random spots just because I thought that added a bit of texture and made it look a bit nicer. Along the bottom, because I do consider this more of a wheat mill than a windmill, I guess you could say, which a wheat mill uses the wind energy that you collect from the sky to kind of grind wheat and turn it into sugar, or not sugar, powder, flour, that's what it is. I couldn't think of that term. So as you can see, I do have a lot of wheat and some barrels placed around just for decorational details because it is a wheat mill, a flour mill, there you go, that's what it's called. So I did place that around every once in a while, but other than that, it's mostly the same. The biggest other detail I did was I textured a lot. So using polished black stone, I would spruce that in every once in a while with the original black stone. And this just textured up the roof, gave the roof a bit more definition, a bit more detail to it. And another thing I would say to add to, I did say this earlier on, but using string just to spawn proof your roof, because you don't want mobs spawning up here if you're doing this in survival, so make sure to do that as well. String is invisible the farther away you get, so it doesn't really matter too much. But other than that, I really don't think there's many other details. I would say another cool way you can actually spawn proof this is if you get dark oak trap doors, which this I didn't do in advance, but you can place them right there on the window mills or the window sills so that no mobs can spawn right there, and that will mob proof it a little bit too. But with the stairs and the carpets, you can just use some lighting sources, and it's not too bad. Using some carpets, you can mob proof this thing and make it a little bit more safe on the safer side. This thing right here is really nice too, the windmill, because using the slabs, the whole thing is actually 100% mob proof except for maybe this one area right here where it's an actual solid block. But that is all the minor decorations done. If you guys want to see an interior, also comment down below. I think I will do an interior too, just because look at this awesome space above us. That looks really, really cool. I do think we will do that, but with that said, that is the tutorial, actually 100% complete. I am going to go ahead and try to find that spider, even though it scares the heck out of me to do that, and kill him, unfortunately, because I don't want spiders around in my room. But I hope you guys did enjoy this Minecraft video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because again, it really does help me out. And I'm so happy with this build. I hope you guys liked it. I think it turned out absolutely amazing. Probably one of my most favorite builds. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. And enjoy playing Minecraft as always. Enjoy life, and ciao!